Over 2,000 years ago, in the ancient kingdom of Egypt, a child was born who would grow to become one of history's most iconic figures. Cleopatra VII, she was born in the city of Alexandria, the cultural and intellectual heart of Egypt. Her father was the ruler of Egypt, but his reign was fragile, plagued by corruption and Roman interference. Cleopatra's mother is believed to have been either her father's sister, as was customary in the Ptolemaic dynasty, or a high-ranking noblewoman. Cleopatra grew up in a household filled with siblings, each vying for power. Even as a child, Cleopatra stood out. While her siblings indulged in luxury, Cleopatra sought knowledge. She was tutored in mathematics, philosophy, and rhetoric, mastering 9 languages, including Egyptian, a language her Greek ancestors had refused to learn. When her father died, the throne was passed to Cleopatra and her younger brother. At just 18 years old, Cleopatra was co-regent of a fractured kingdom. The siblings were supposed to rule together, but tensions quickly escalated. Cleopatra, with her sharp intellect and charisma, sought to consolidate power, while her brother, heavily influenced by his advisors, plotted to undermine her. Cleopatra was forced to flee Alexandria, exiled by her brother. But she would not be defeated so easily. Gathering loyal supporters, Cleopatra planned her return, waiting for the perfect opportunity to reclaim her throne. Cleopatra's chance came with the arrival of Julius Caesar in Egypt. Seeking to win Caesar's favor, Cleopatra made a daring move. Smuggled into the palace rolled in a rug, she presented herself to Julius Caesar, winning his support to reclaim her throne. Cleopatra unveiled herself, captivating the Roman leader with her wit, intelligence, and charm. Caesar, impressed by her boldness, declared her the rightful ruler of Egypt. With Roman backing, Cleopatra defeated her brother's forces in a bloody civil war, solidifying her position as queen. Together, they forged an alliance that changed history. Cleopatra was now queen of Egypt, but she was not content to simply rule. She sought to restore Egypt's former glory, strengthening its economy and forging political alliances. With Caesar, she bore a son, Caesar, whom she hoped would one day unite Egypt and Rome, but her love story with Mark Antony would soon eclipse even her greatest achievement. Mark Antony was captivated by Cleopatra's brilliance and beauty. Together, they sought to unite Egypt and Rome, but their love story was seen as a threat by Rome's leader, Octavian. Their alliance sparked one of history's greatest wars. Cleopatra saw Antony as a powerful ally to protect Egypt's sovereignty, while Antony sought Cleopatra's immense wealth to support his military ambitions. Over time, their love deepened, and Cleopatra bore him children, Alexander Helios named after the sun and Cleopatra Selene II named after the moon. Together, they sought to create an empire uniting Egypt and Rome, but their love story became a political scandal. Their alliance provoked the wrath of Rome, leading to a devastating war with Octavian, the future Augustus Caesar, and ultimately their tragic end. The fateful moment arrived when Cleopatra and Mark Antony faced the might of Octavian, the future Augustus Caesar. After their forces were defeated at the Battle of Actium, their love story spiraled into tragedy. When Octavian's armies approached Alexandria, Mark Antony, misled by false news that Cleopatra had died, fell on his sword in despair. Mortally wounded, he was brought to Cleopatra's chamber, where he died in her arms. Overwhelmed with grief, Cleopatra mourned the loss of her lover, who had been not only her partner in passion, but also her strongest ally in a world dominated by Roman power. As Octavian closed in, Cleopatra learned of another devastating blow. Her eldest son, Caesar, the child she had with Julius Caesar, and the symbol of her hopes for a united Egyptian-Roman Empire, had been captured and executed on Octavian's orders. His death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty's claim to legitimacy and destroyed any future Cleopatra had envisioned for her lineage. This loss left Cleopatra bereft, her spirit crushed by the weight of her personal and political defeats. Alone and stripped of her dreams, she chose death over humiliation. It said she chose death by a venomous asp. She was not just a queen of Egypt, but a symbol of resilience and power in a world ruled by men. The deaths of Mark Antony and Caesar were the final blows that sealed Cleopatra's fate. Her grief and defiance turned her from a queen into a legend, immortalized as the last great ruler of ancient Egypt.